Hi everyone, this is Anne-Marie with the Datawatch videos. I'll try to be quite brief but get all this information up to you as quickly as I can. I want to watch AMED continually. It's still got the big short squeeze going on. That's why it moves the way it does during the day. Today was extremely good. I just took my eyes off of it. Was not very focused today. I think a lot of the experienced traders around we've just sort of folded our arms today for the most part, and that's that. In any case, AMED is definitely worth watching. 45.39 in the top left, you can see that little orange. That is the next target, but this stock does something very, very interesting. It actually spikes up in the morning, pulls back, and then determines which direction it's going in. This is the only day in the 10 that I looked at that had this particular type of behavior. I found that to be extremely interesting. So tomorrow what we're going to do is watch it at the open. I'm going to look at the 1 minute candles. I'm going to have an aggressive long trade, and then I'm going to look for the long-legged doji and get out, watch for the pullback, and then get back in again. If you'd like to do it the safer, less aggressive way, watch the first few candles, and then when it pulls back, where that level that it pulls back at, you can move to the upside again. That's my estimation there. Of course, I'm not quite sure that the stock market's going to agree with many of these long trades, because I am estimating that I believe it will pull back, but we'll see, right? Amazon does look like it is in recovery mode. It has bounced off of this 130 level twice in the last 4 days, and in the after hours, I guess somebody sold a lot of it, and that is what we're looking at. It's still going to be at 134.51 is that area we're going to look for things to slow down. I anticipate that this stock is moving forward. What would be optimum is if we pulled back into the 131 area before we went long. That would be really great. It is moving upwards in the after hours trading, so you think 131.38, 131.25. What we really want to see is somewhere around the 131 level, and then we can go in long with Amazon. Here's MasterCard. MasterCard really broke out. It was a great trade today, and I was not here in the morning, or I would have actually gone short and long. So tomorrow we may see something really nice. If the market says, you know what, I'm going higher, I would estimate that we'll get to this 248.13 level, pull back a little bit, and then just bounce right over it. MasterCard is still ready to go. Look at how sharply the volume weighted MACD here on the bottom got. I mean, it's really swift. So we'll be looking at this very, very closely. Optimally, I'd like to have a pullback to the 245 area before going long. I'll be watching this one, making sure that my moving averages pay attention, and you should too, right? Don't ever jump into a trade without looking at the longer trend, saying, okay, is this a counter trend trade? And if it's not a counter trend trade, am I getting in at a good enough pullback? Or if this is a counter trend trade, have I gotten in as close to the highs I possibly can, or as close to the lows I possibly can? Those are the things that you really need to think about. Of course, what would a day be without Apple for me? I trade this thing a lot, as you folks know. I am looking at this 197.30 area. It continues to be quite a bit of resistance. I see that we had a little bit of volume towards the end of the day. Go figure. It's always like that. The candles always have a tendency to look like that. And so what I am looking for is a break of 196.41 to go short, and a breach of 197.30-ish to go long. This is a very critical fib level, because what Apple does here really determines the long-term trend. Right now it might be just in a big fat bounce and will resume to the downside. We don't know because it keeps moving off this level, but it does come back to visit it. quite a bit. So if it comes back again and it bounces again, we pretty much know it's really trying to just find its way versus coming back here and moving down where it's getting reconciled or just hanging around up here, which would be to the upside, because that 198 is our next target there. So for me, again, looking long above 197.30, looking short above 196.40, below, excuse me, 196.40, and we'll be trading that one quite a bit tomorrow as well. Okay, RIM is in a very interesting area. I did not expect to see it so weak because it had such a weak day on Friday, really, and it's having another weak day today, which is surprising to me. So maybe it comes back to the 60 level before it starts moving forward. I'm not sure. All the moving averages say that, you know, we're looking at a bit of a downtrend. The volume weighted MACD looks like it's in a downtrend. All kinds of things look like that. However, if we are looking for the intraday trade, I would go long above 63, 67, being very, very careful around the 64 area to see if it rejects. If it rejects, I would turn right around and reverse my trade immediately, because it means it's going to pull back to a lower low. See, here's what happened. Day before, on Friday, we were right here, and my commentary sometime was, if it bounces off this level, it's a good place to go long. If it fails at the 64.83 level, you know, take the trade off. However, what it did was it didn't quite get there, and it started reversing immediately, and then it lost the low of the prior day. If it loses the low of the prior day, it's a good opportunity to go short, right? It was late if we're trading by price levels, but overall, it's a smart way. If you keep breaking the lows, then it means we're getting lower lows, which means that that's in pullback area. Optimally, I believe the stock is going to turn around, and we have got tons of room to the upside, so we are going to be watching this guy every single day to see how it behaves relatively. Okay, this, I've been looking at Schlumberger for a while. I took it off the list. It's back here again. It was in a tight channel today. Look at this. Do you see this? Every single 30-minute bar reached the high up there, and it wouldn't breach it except for these two red candles. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. So what I think is we're so tightly range bound that we're going to really move in either direction. If you want to go long, I would say above this 62.30-ish level, and short below 61.82. If it stays in that channel, keep your triggers up and wait for this stock to make its move, because when it does, it's going to be pretty significant in my personal opinion. Okay, the last one on the list is Varian Medical Systems, VAR. This is a great stock to day trade, I gotta tell you. It has so much range for a stock that's just $40. It's crazy. Today it really didn't move a whole lot, but it's been caught in a channel for the last 3 days. So what I would like to do is have us take a good look at this stock. When it reaches 46.42, it's going long. And when it fails below the 46 level, it's my estimation it's a good time to go short. We've got a gap fill down here, and there's nothing but air. Nothing holding it up in this area. So that's a great place to go short. From the long perspective, you might actually be in really good shape if you looked more at the 146.20 range. I want it to be safe to go up here because this is a fib level that we'll be looking at, but this 46.20 might actually be the right place to go long. Also, remember, if we fail at these levels, it's really another opportunity to go in the reverse order. Now, let's do an example. We've got a moving average that's about up. It's very lazy. It is relatively flat, but moving up. If we get to the 46.42 level and we reject, it's a good chance that we can pick up about 30-40 points coming to the downside. That would be a counter trend trade, however, because we are moving in positive territory in the volume weighted MACD, and the stochastic is moving to the upside. So we know it's a counter trend trade, so we want to hold our stops very, very tight. We pull back to here. If it fails, again, it's an opportunity to go short, but if it bounces, another opportunity to go long. Okay, and chances are it may get out of this 46, 42. Good luck trading tomorrow, and I will see you in the fight.